A Sigma woman often carries the weight of a past she never asked for. Shaped by childhood experiences, she moves through life with invisible scars, echoes of shame, rejection, and battles she fought alone. To the world, she appears composed, but beneath the surface, she wears a mask, one that grows heavier with time. Every challenge she faces reinforces the same haunting question: why am I different? She sees the world through a lens that few understand, constantly questioning why her struggles feel unique, why connections feel distant, and why the armor she built for survival now feels more like a prison. Yet, within these struggles lies a hidden strength, one that, once uncovered, can redefine her entire path. Sigma women are known for their independence, deep thinking, and mysterious nature. They don't seek validation from others, and they move through life on their own terms. Unlike extroverts who thrive on social interaction, or introverts who seek quiet connection, the Sigma woman walks a different path, one of solitude, strength, and self-reliance. But beneath this powerful exterior, many Sigma women carry wounds that no one sees. A damaged Sigma woman doesn't show her pain the way others do. She doesn't cry out for help or lean on people when life gets tough. Instead, she withdraws, choosing to handle everything alone. This can make her seem untouchable, even emotionless, but the truth is far from that. She has simply learned that vulnerability can be dangerous. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, and every disappointment has taught her to trust herself more than anyone else. One of the hardest struggles for a Sigma woman is feeling like no one truly understands her. She isn't like most people, and that often leads to loneliness. She may have friends, but she keeps them at a distance. She may be surrounded by people, yet still feel isolated. This isn't because she dislikes others. It's because she has spent so much time being misunderstood that she no longer tries to explain herself. She has also mastered the art of wearing a mask. To the outside world, she appears calm, composed, and in control. People see her as strong and independent, someone who doesn't need help. But what they don't see is the emotional exhaustion she carries. Constantly pretending to be okay takes a toll, but admitting her pain feels even harder. After all, who would understand? Who would truly care? Perhaps the biggest struggle of all is that a damaged Sigma woman often doesn't realize how much she's suffering. She has convinced herself that she's fine, that she's just used to being alone, that this is simply who she is. But deep inside, she knows something is missing. She longs for connection, for understanding, for someone who sees past her walls and recognizes the pain she hides so well. If this sounds like you, know that you're not alone. Your strength is undeniable, but strength isn't just about standing alone. It's also about knowing when to let others in. A Sigma woman is naturally selective with her emotions. She doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve, and she doesn't believe in unnecessary drama. But when she has been deeply hurt, something shifts. Instead of guarding her emotions, she shuts them down completely. What starts as self-protection turns into extreme emotional detachment. A damaged Sigma woman doesn't just avoid showing emotions. She starts to feel less. She convinces herself that emotions make her weak, that caring too much leads to disappointment, and that the safest way to live is to feel nothing at all. She may not cry when she's sad. She may not celebrate when she's happy, and she may not react when someone hurts her. To outsiders, she appears unbothered, even cold. But inside, she has simply numbed herself to survive. This detachment isn't something she chooses. It's something she has learned. After experiencing betrayal, heartbreak, or disappointment too many times, she no longer sees the point in emotional expression. She believes that if she doesn't let herself feel, she won't get hurt. It's a defense mechanism, one that has likely helped her through tough times. But over time, it can become a cage, keeping her from experiencing true connection, love, and even joy. One of the biggest struggles of emotional detachment is relationships, whether romantic, friendships, or family connections. When someone tries to get close, she pulls away. She avoids deep conversations, brushes off affectionate gestures, and may even push away people who genuinely care about her. Not because she doesn't want love, but because love feels dangerous. It requires vulnerability, and vulnerability is something she fears. Even when she wants to open up, something inside her stops her. It feels unnatural, almost impossible, to express emotions freely. She may feel guilty for not being more affectionate, more open, or more engaged in relationships. But at the same time, she doesn't know how to change it. The thought of being emotionally exposed brings more anxiety than comfort. If you find yourself struggling with emotional detachment, ask yourself, are you truly protecting yourself? Or are you just afraid to feel again? True strength isn't about shutting out emotions. It's about embracing them in a way that honors your healing. You don't have to feel everything all at once, but allowing yourself small moments of emotion is the first step toward breaking free from the walls you've built. For a Sigma woman, trust is not given. It's earned. She doesn't open up easily, and she doesn't let just anyone into her world. But when she has been deeply wounded, trust becomes more than just selective. It becomes nearly impossible. A damaged Sigma woman carries scars from betrayal, deception, and disappointment, making her hesitant to believe in others, no matter how genuine they seem. At some point in her life, she trusted the wrong person, someone who took advantage of her, lied to her, or let her down when she needed them most. Maybe it was a friend who turned out to be fake, a partner who betrayed her, or even a family member who made her feel unsafe. Over time, these experiences taught her one painful lesson. People can't be trusted. And once this belief takes root, it's hard to unlearn. This deep-seated mistrust isn't just about avoiding toxic people. It extends to everyone. Even when she meets someone kind, someone who shows her love and respect, she still hesitates. What if they're pretending? What if they change? What if they hurt me like the others did? These thoughts create a barrier, making it hard for her to fully connect with others, even when she wants to. One of the biggest struggles of chronic trust issues is the fear of vulnerability. To trust someone means to open up, to show your weaknesses, your pain, your true self. But for a damaged Sigma woman, vulnerability feels like an open wound, exposed and at risk of being hurt again. So, she keeps her guard up, refusing to let anyone see the parts of her that she's afraid to reveal. This fear of vulnerability can affect every relationship in her life. She may struggle to form deep friendships, fearing that people will leave once they know the real her. In romantic relationships, she may sabotage potential connections, pushing people away before they get too close. Even in family relationships, she may find it difficult to fully express her emotions, afraid of being misunderstood or judged. But here's the truth. Not everyone is out to hurt you. Yes, the past has been painful, but not everyone you meet will repeat that pattern. Healing starts with small steps, allowing yourself to trust just a little, giving people a chance to prove themselves, and reminding yourself that not everyone deserves to pay for the mistakes of those who hurt you before. Independence is a Sigma woman's greatest strength. She thrives on self-sufficiency, rarely asks for help, and takes pride in handling everything on her own. Unlike others who rely on a support system, she believes in figuring things out by herself. But when she has been deeply wounded, this independence can transform into something dangerous: isolation. A damaged Sigma woman doesn't just enjoy solitude. She becomes trapped in it. She convinces herself that needing people is a weakness, that asking for help means losing control. So, she pushes through life alone, refusing to depend on anyone, even when she's struggling. If something breaks, she fixes it. If she falls, she gets back up, alone. To the outside world, she looks fearless, but inside, she's carrying the weight of the world by herself. This extreme independence often comes from a place of pain. Maybe she once depended on someone who let her down. Maybe she reached out for help before and was ignored, judged, or made to feel like a burden. Over time, she learned that the safest way to live is to never rely on anyone. No expectations, no disappointments. It feels like control, but in reality, it's loneliness disguised as strength. The problem with this level of independence is that it cuts her off from true connection. She may convince herself that she doesn't need emotional support, but deep down, she feels the emptiness of doing everything alone. She might crave meaningful relationships, yet she's built walls so high that no one can get in. Even when people do try to help, she rejects it. "I'm fine. I don't need anything. I can handle it." These words become her automatic response, even when she's drowning. This can affect every part of her life: friendships, relationships, even her career. She might avoid teamwork because she doesn't trust others to do things right. In relationships, she struggles to let her partner contribute emotionally or practically, leaving them feeling shut out. Over time, her isolation becomes a cycle. She stays alone because she's afraid to rely on others, but then she feels lonely because she has no one to lean on. If this sounds like you, remember, being strong doesn't mean being alone. True strength is knowing when to accept support, when to let someone in, and when to understand that needing people doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. A Sigma woman may appear calm, collected, and in control, but inside, her mind is rarely at peace. She overthinks everything: her choices, her words, her actions, and even things that haven't happened yet. She plays out every possible scenario in her head, analyzing every detail, every conversation, every outcome. To the world, she looks like she has it all together. But the truth, she's exhausted from the never-ending battle inside her own mind. For a damaged Sigma woman, overthinking isn't just a habit. It's a survival instinct. She has been hurt before, so she tries to predict and prevent pain before it happens. She replays past mistakes, wondering what she could have done differently. She worries about the future, fearing that if she's not careful, something will go wrong. And when things do go wrong, she blames herself, even when it's not her fault. This constant mental storm often leads to anxiety. She may struggle to relax, feeling like she always has to be prepared for the worst. Simple decisions become stressful because she fears making the wrong choice. Even in relationships, she questions everything. Did I say the right thing? Do they really like me? Are they going to leave? Over time, this anxiety can make her withdraw even more, choosing isolation over the stress of overanalyzing her interactions with others. One of the hardest parts of this struggle is that she doesn't talk about it. She keeps everything inside, believing no one will understand. She doesn't want to be seen as weak, so she suffers in silence. She may lie awake at night, unable to turn off her thoughts. But when someone asks if she's okay, she simply nods and says, "I'm fine." But here's the truth. You don't have to fight this battle alone. Overthinking doesn't make you weak, and anxiety doesn't define you. It's okay to take a step back, breathe, and remind yourself that not every thought deserves your energy. Not every "what if" needs an answer. Some things will happen the way they're meant to, no matter how much you analyze them. If this sounds like you, start small. Write down your thoughts. Practice letting go of the things you can't control, and remind yourself that you are allowed to find peace. You deserve rest. You deserve a quiet mind. And most importantly, you deserve to live, not just exist inside your thoughts. A Sigma woman is strong, independent, and self-sufficient. She doesn't need anyone to take care of her, or at least that's what she tells herself. She has spent so much time relying on her own strength that accepting love and support feels unnatural, even uncomfortable. When someone tries to be there for her, she instinctively pulls away, not because she doesn't want love, but because deep down, she doesn't know how to receive it. This struggle often comes from past wounds. Maybe she once let her guard down, only to be betrayed. Maybe she grew up feeling like love had to be earned instead of freely given. Maybe she opened her heart before, only to have it broken. Over time, these experiences taught her a painful lesson. Love is risky. Trusting people leads to disappointment. Depending on others only brings pain. So, instead of welcoming love, she builds walls to keep it out. Even when love is genuine, a damaged Sigma woman questions it. Why are they being nice to me? What do they want in return? How long before they change? She struggles to believe that someone could truly care for her without conditions. Compliments make her uneasy. Acts of kindness feel suspicious. Deep down, she wants to trust, but her mind won't let her. The fear of being hurt again is stronger than the desire to connect. This resistance to love and support affects every part of her life. In friendships, she might avoid opening up, keeping conversations surface level to avoid emotional closeness. In romantic relationships, she may sabotage potential connections, pushing people away before they get too close. Even in moments of personal struggle, when she desperately needs support, she refuses to ask for it, choosing to suffer alone instead. But here's the truth. Love is not a weakness. Accepting support does not make you less strong. True strength is knowing when to let people in, when to trust, and when to allow yourself to be cared for. You don't have to fight every battle alone. You don't have to prove your worth by struggling in silence. If this sounds like you, start by allowing small moments of love. Accept a compliment without dismissing it. Let someone help you without feeling guilty. Remind yourself that not everyone is here to hurt you. Love is not meant to be feared. It's meant to be felt. And you deserve to feel it. A Sigma woman is naturally resilient. She doesn't give up easily, and she has learned to survive even the toughest battles. But survival is not the same as living. Carrying emotional scars, suppressing feelings, and walking through life alone may feel like strength. But true strength is more than just endurance. It's healing, growth, and reclaiming the happiness you deserve. Healing doesn't mean becoming someone else. It doesn't mean losing your independence or suddenly becoming open and trusting overnight. It simply means allowing yourself the freedom to experience life fully, without the weight of past wounds holding you back. You can still be the strong, mysterious, and independent Sigma woman without isolating yourself in pain. The first step toward healing is acknowledging your struggles. You are not too cold, too distant, or too much. You are someone who has been hurt, and that pain has shaped your defenses. But those defenses, while once necessary, may now be keeping you from the love, peace, and happiness that you truly crave. Next, allow yourself to trust in small ways. You don't have to open your heart to everyone, but you can start by letting in those who have proven they care. Accept love without questioning it. Let someone help you without feeling guilty. Recognize that needing support does not make you weak. It makes you human. Also, remember to be kind to yourself. The way you speak to yourself matters. Instead of constantly overthinking and criticizing your actions, practice self-compassion. Instead of believing that you are meant to be alone, remind yourself that you deserve connection just as much as anyone else. Your past may have been painful, but it does not define your future. Most importantly, don't rush the process. Healing is not a straight path. It's a journey, and it takes time. Some days will be easier than others. Some days, you may still feel the need to retreat into your solitude, and that's okay. The goal is not to change who you are. It's to free yourself from the patterns that keep you stuck in pain. You are still the strong, independent Sigma woman you have always been. But now, you are also someone who allows herself to feel, to trust, and to embrace life fully. Strength isn't just about standing alone. It's about knowing when to let love in. If this video spoke to you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content made just for strong, independent women like you. Until next time, take care of yourself.